Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon where you live around the world. In the last video, I did make mention of some wisdom in having a reinforcing plate in this particular area, and if not in this one as well, because it's an open area. It doesn't have the other struts that you would normally have in a conventional dome that would close and reinforce the structure. Anyone knows that when they've been putting up a dome, it gets awfully floppy quite often until the last strut goes in, and next thing it all pulls together and just goes super strong. Not having those struts means that we have to have strong joints between the individual triangles or the individual struts and hubs. This being my area of paranoia, I said a plate would be of benefit to make up some of the shortcomings that this type of structure has. So I went in and I created the steel plate. Now, where are we? And hide. And I had some of the measurements already at my fingertips by like this sort of thing that I'd been mentioning that may not be that beneficial in the construction of the dome until you come to do something like this. And hey presto, there's that measurement. The strut end dimension, the angular dimensions are also able to be taken from the other information that we had built upon the honeycomb. We can therefore get a plate of whatever thickness, angle the end at 80.2 and 76.4, present it up to each other, and we know that the angle must be 158.5. So having that information, we can draw it down, take a photo, out to the workshop and create said bracket, hopefully. Assuming, of course, that we've got the skills to do that. Not a bad bit of information to have. And likewise, as I said, if you wanted to make this bracket as well, if there's a perceived weakness, you've got the measurements at your fingertips to create the brackets. Well, that was a short one, wasn't it? Until I thought about it and I started drawing it up, and I had a heck of a problem. So this is a bit of a combined dome issue and SketchUp issue and a me issue. In the process of trying to draw this, I found out that sometimes these things do not want to move and snap to points that you want them to. Now if I go to move that and I select the corner, the damn thing it just does not want to snap to any point. It really, oh hang on, it did there. Why does it not snap to any of the other areas, or points rather? Well, I don't know why. Well, okay, I don't know why, but I've got a workaround. Don't group two things that are fighting each other. Now if I take that corner, it snaps to those other corners, those other points. It's the combination of the two parts of that group that were fighting each other, which I thought strange. I'm going to show you a way around it in a moment, but anyway. So that is grouped differently from that, and when they're grouped together, they fight when you go to move them. So, knowing the solution or the workaround, you don't need to know why that is actually the case, but you just that it is, and therefore we've got a workaround. So, I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm just going to run it down here for a minute, and then I'm going to explode it twice. And now make a group, and now will it snap to the It seems to be snapping to those points. Indeed, it is. Because I've exploded it twice, which seems to be awfully redundant, but I've exploded it twice, there is nothing in conflict with each other in the grouping process. So now I can move around my components to where I want the darn things with no problem. I didn't know that before, and I've been using SketchUp for quite a number of years, and it struck this problem as well. So now I've got an understanding of the issues and the workaround, 2 workarounds in fact, for it. Sometimes you don't want to do that breaking it down too far, because if it's a complex item, you have problems backing out of it, of the grouped situation. If I try and delete, I've got all these other issues. It's a workaround on something simple like this, but at the end of the day, I like having the individual parts in their own grouping. So if it's not a problem, now you know. And if it is a problem, just do it the way I'm doing it. Rightio, that's it. Just thought I'd give that wee bit of an update, saying that the information that we create by using the strut end angles, all these sorts of dimensions, can be put to use depending upon your requirements. And having them at hand is a whole lot better than scratching your head and thinking, oh my god, I haven't got that information to be able to do it. So now you do. Okay, that's it. I'm off, out to do something, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.